and friends, what is going on? I hope everyone can hear me okay. Wanted to bring this fun, a really insightful or thought provoking article to your attention. Want to shout out Forbes.com and the writer Jason Wingard, senior contributor, global thought leader on leadership development and the future of work. I want to shout out Jason Wingard, Forbes.com, for bringing this information to the table and basically being someone that focuses on workforce marketing, which is basically helping employers and career training organizations find qualified candidates to apply for either job opportunities or career training opportunities. It's very important for me to make sure that I'm staying engaged. I wanted to share this information with you. And so let's jump right into it. If you have any questions, make sure you throw it in the comments, send me a message, and we can talk about this more in detail, or maybe branch off into something similar that's complementary to what we're talking about. Again, good looking out, Jason Wingard. Here we go. Working 9 to 5. Or working 9 to 5? Question mark. So, working 9 to 5. Prepare for extinction. Oh, Lord, that is press. Reid Hoffman's prediction that 9 to 5 jobs will be extinct by 2034 caused a major stir when this video of the LinkedIn co-founder resurfaced on social media. Forecasting an extinction level event for the job market, a chilling claim from the man who predicted the rise of social media in 1997 made for a viral tweet and countless click-worthy headlines. And so I'm assuming, commercial break me, please. Shout out to my friend, Joe Baker III. Make sure you're going to jbt3.org. I'll put in the link to my friend. Has a great story. And he says commercial break me in between his stories. So I'm going to go ahead and shout him out. Commercial break me, please. Simply because the man who predicted the rise of social media in 97. So let's just see what he's talking about. Back into the article. The gig economy revolution is coming. I don't want to dismiss that statement. I don't know how true that is, but I don't want to dismiss it. The gig economy revolution is coming, and it's bigger than you think. I'll just go ahead and hit this whole sentence. And I really want employers know this. I'm sure career training organizations know this, but I really want to make sure that you are aware of what's going on so that you can start working toward the opportunities that are available to you, and just make sure that you are positioning yourself for success, whatever that looks like. As back to the article, the gig economy revolution is coming, and it's bigger than you think. Within a decade, 50% of the US population will be freelancers, Hoffman said. Wow, powerful statement. When I hear that statement, I'm thinking of the US population. When the US was formed and created, I believe the individuals at that time were more freelancers and entrepreneurs and individuals that had their own type of business going, and it was trade and things of that nature. The Industrial Revolution brought the traditional 9 to 5. If I'm not speaking out of ignorance, leave your thoughts in the comments. Back to the article. Hoffman said he predicts the rapid development of AI, artificial intelligence, will profoundly reshape how we work. Rather than working for one company for many years, workers should prepare to work many jobs across multiple industries. Workers should prepare to work many jobs across multiple industries. Financial literacy will have to increase because now you're having multiple jobs. I don't know what the taxes look like. You still want to make sure your money's working for you. Something to think about. Back to the article. He's far from the only one raising this alarm on this. The World Economic Forum has forecasted that AI will replace 85 million jobs globally by 2025. The World Economic Forum has forecasted that AI will replace 85 million jobs globally by 2025. Where do you play a role into this? Where do you fit into that statement? But also that AI will create 89 million new jobs. It's a maybe there is a opportunity for you. But when I make that statement, always think about what you are, what you like to do, what you're good at, what people need, and what they're willing to pay you for, and get that additional revenue stream going so that you can provide for yourself, just in case just in case of some financial challenges through the traditional means of income. Back to the article. These startling predictions deserve our immediate attention and action. A proactive outlook will prepare workers for doors to close while new ones open. That's back to commercial break me, please. That's what I mean. A proactive outlook will prepare workers for doors to close while new ones open. That's where we want to have our mindset. Proactive. Doors may close, but new ones will open. Be aware that they will be closing. Be aware that they will be opening, and position yourself for success, whatever that looks like. First, let's consider that 38% of the American workforce is already freelancing to some extent, and many made the shift by choice. Many, too, are thriving. The American Opportunity Survey, conducted by McKinsey, revealed that freelancers tend to be far more optimistic, both about their own futures and the outlook for the economy, than the average American worker. Why do you think that is? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Why do you think that freelancers tend to be far more optimistic, both about their own futures and the outlook for the economy, than the average American worker? Back to the article. People have already chosen to eschew, if I'm saying that correctly, full-time work for self-employment, and freelancing tend to have certain skills and characteristics that make them well equipped for the gig economy. They're flexible self-starters who can juggle multiple projects and managers. They know how to market a personal brand and valuable offerings, and how to position their skills in relation to a company's specific needs. I don't want to dismiss that. Uh, First of all, certain characteristics, certain skills. If you don't know you have skills, identify your skills. If you are not aware of your character and you feel like you're having challenges in your life, your character, your behaviors, your thought patterns may play a role in that. So you got to dive deep into that. But more so, I'll repeat this. Freelancers, they're self-starters who can juggle multiple projects and managers. They know how to market a personal brand. They know how to market or create awareness of a personal brand. So creating awareness and then a brand, and they know how to market and create awareness for valuable offerings, and how to position their skills in relation to a company's specific needs. If you have any questions about that, put that in the or thoughts, put that in the comments. Let's jump into that whole highlight, because that's a really big deal. Moving on. Freelancers and gig workers are almost always looking for work, so they're constantly looking for ways to improve upon their skills and offerings. That's why freelancers and gig workers are increasingly preferable to hiring managers. They're the most responsive to a rapidly evolving market. Freelancers are the most responsive to a rapidly evolving market, and that's why they may be considered valuable in the eyes of an employer. All right, y'all. Forgive me, I just pressed something. Give me a second. But while we're waiting on that, give me your thoughts so far on if you feel like this article is something that is really not essential to keep in mind at this time, or do you really feel like this is something that really people need to become aware of, starting with yourself? And again, your skills. What do you like to do? What are you good at? What do people need? And what are they willing to pay you for? It's truly essential when it comes to the changing market and what we're talking about today. Very, very important. All right. Excuse me, I'm press something. Let's see. And it's all good. So keep in mind, like I always say, you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. And every now and then you're going to have challenges, technical difficulties, and it looks like we've run into that right now. So it may affect the live. I'm not sure if you're able to see it on your end, but right now things are moving slow on mine. I think it's because I pressed the button. So let's see. I might be able to pull up the article on my phone. Let me see. So we can move on. Again, the show cannot stop. The show must go on. So if you find yourself in a situation where things aren't going smooth, don't. This is probably the bigger message of today. Don't lose yourself. All things work for good. It's okay, and more so, how do you continue to move forward and be an example of how you're able to continue to get things done? And it's really the challenges that you go through that will resonate with people and really help to define, as we talked about character, help you define your character, and people can start to know you for one, like you, and trust you as far as good leadership. And so I think I'm back in the mix on my side, so we're going to continue on. I'm trying to get this done in 15 minutes, so that may have slowed me down. But anyway, we're moving on. Freelancers, they're the most responsive to a rapidly evolving market. So again, just before we move on to this conversation, if you're going through a challenge, especially if you have plans and you're presenting, things don't go smooth, stay cool. All things work for good. It's an opportunity for you to learn and grow at all times. We're always learning and growing. Finally, back to the article. So, how do you, as someone who might be happy with your full-time job and concerned about its impending extinction, prepare to not only survive, but thrive in a shift to gig work? Prepared to not only survive, but thrive in a shift to gig work. To me, that's a big statement because a shift, you have first, second, or third shift traditionally, but when you're working working a gig, as you see, you might have multiple managers and multiple companies and multiple employers. So how do you survive that shift? There are two key recommendations to start thinking about. One, new skills for a new age, and two, new networks for new experiences. So powerful. New skills for a new age. That's just facts. We're in the information age and more. The industrial age was great, but I feel with the information age and robotics and AI, the traditional skills will have to evolve or adapt to some degree, and your network, respectfully, from a commercial standpoint, because you always want to surround yourself with people that are in a position where you want to be, or that way you have your personal network, but you also have to have your professional network. And it's a beautiful thing if you can balance and intertwine your personal and professional and make it a lifestyle. It's a whole other conversation, but getting to know different people and new people for new industries is going to be essential. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you visit my website. There's a free 35-minute webinar on how to build working relationships from scratch for your professional needs. Free 35-minute webinar and a free 5-step checklist for you to take with you. Basically, hey, I need to start meeting new people and making it happen now, and getting to a point where you have so many contacts that you have to start utilizing a customer relationship management system to make sure you are following up with everyone or reconnecting. So make sure you check out that free 35-minute webinar and 5-step checklist for building new networks for new experiences. I'm gonna try to get this done. That slow up kind of messed me up a little bit, but I'm gonna try to get this done within 15 minutes. These are no small lift, especially when juggling full-time work and life's responsibilities, like parenting. Education can be time-consuming and expensive, and traditional institutions are loath to respond quickly to changes in the job market. I wrote about this in The College Devaluation Crisis, market disruption, diminishing ROI, diminishing ROI, and an alternative future of learning. In my book, I also present cases, 3 of which are presented below, of newer education platforms that make it easy to learn new skills, network, and find new opportunities. Good book to check out there. These platforms demonstrate the importance of evolving with technology, looking beyond the traditional resume to upskill in direct response to evolving technology and amassing new networks and experience. And they make it easy with self-paced online learning and built-in networks. Workers who want to be proactive right now should start here. Okay, so we're getting into the details. Google. Does your boss want you to start incorporating analytics into your weekly marketing reports? Workers can take advantage of new expectations at the current jobs to develop new skills that will increase their hireability in the future. And grow with Google. And Grow with Google has a class for that. Grow with Google. I don't want to dismiss that. Check that out. Click the link when you can. I see enroll in certificates. And Grow with Google has a class for that. Employers are turning to Grow with Google's online self-paced courses covering IT support, data analytics, project management, user experience design, and Android development to upskill their employees. I also want to shout out Pivot Technology School. They're based in Nashville, Tennessee. When I think of courses covering IT support, data analytics, project management, user experience design, Android development, and the like, Pivot Technology School based in Nashville is a great opportunity. I believe it's a virtual school, so you can go at least in the state of Tennessee. I'm not sure within the United States, across the nation, but check them out. Pivot Tech. That's what it's called. Pivot Tech. Pivot Tech School. TECH. Check them out when you can. They provide some great courses. Back to the article. Individuals can take advantage of these opportunities to develop new skills that can make them both invaluable to their current employer and enticing to new ones. Choose between individual courses or a self-paced program with Google Career certificates that teach a new skill set and prepare students for high-paying fields like cybersecurity, data analytics, business intelligence, digital marketing and e-commerce, IT support, project management, and UX design. So check out, definitely Google, Grow with Google, and Pivot Tech. Back to the article. Our goal isn't to train people, said Lisa Gevleber, managing director of Grow with Google, in an interview with Strata Education Foundation. It is to give people real economic mobility, which means they have to be successful in these jobs. Since launching in 2017, 10 million workers have taken Grow with Google courses and 200,000 have obtained a Google Career Certificate. By closely working with employers, Grow with Google and Google Career Certificates provide the economic mobility with training that aligns with the needs of those employers. Adding one of these to your resume could open doors to jobs and gigs you haven't even considered yet. General Assembly. Shifting to a gig economy means workers will have many different jobs across industries. If you're looking to expand into the tech industry, meet people doing all kinds of different work and find your place among them. General Assembly is a great place to start for both education and networking. General Assembly offers boot camps in software engineering, UX design, data analytics, and data science. These are great if you are ready to commit to a new path, but their workshops and events are also a doorway to a network of tech workers who support and learn from their peers. Their alumni network is over 110,000 strong, many of them working at top tech companies. Check out their free events like Your Path to UX Design and info sessions on their various boot camps and workshops. It's also a great resource if you want to try something completely new. Their workshops consist of two 3-hour sessions that include hands-on practice with foundation skills like UX design with Figma and AI for workplace productivity. These low commitment classes can help you decide if you're ready to jump into more training or something else. ZipRecruiter. So far we have Google, General Assembly, and we're in ZipRecruiter. 40% of employers say their employees are lacking the skills they need from them. Powerful. 40% of employers say their employees are lacking the skills they need from them. That's one reason so many managers are already turning to freelancers, but some of them are upskilling their employees instead. Upskilling meaning providing skills so someone can take on more skill jobs compared to entry. So you might have the mid-level or the executive. And a lot of those deal with management, but a lot of it also deals with various operations. And so that's why I think of a lot of staffing companies when they work with employers for recruiting. A lot of employers are looking for those that already have the skills. They just pay them a little bit more, but the employer is saving time because they're bringing someone in with the skills to get the job done instead of having to train. What we saw in this last sentence, some employers are upskilling their employees instead, which I think is a really good look and a good fit when it comes to investing in your own culture and business. ZipRecruiter is one of many platforms that's stepping up on multiple levels here. Working to ease the friction between job seekers and hiring companies, ZipRecruiters focus on skills, both in hiring and seeking opportunities. When you find an interesting opportunity, ZipRecruiter makes recommendations on what skills you could add to your resume to improve your chances of getting hired. Then, thanks to partners including edX, Coursera, Skillshare, and Udacity, ZipRecruiter directs you to online resources for obtaining those skills and certifications. ZipRecruiter is a great place to be if you're looking ahead to a gig future. I don't want to dismiss that. ZipRecruiter is a great place to be if you're looking to get ahead. If you're looking ahead to a gig future. So we're talking about preparing. They're saying here a resource is ZipRecruiter. I want to point that out. They provide valuable information about what companies are looking for and how to better align and expand your experience to fit those opportunities. Just browsing the site for interesting freelance opportunities can give you a good feel for what's out there now and how you might position yourself for future gig searches. And while you're at it, you can take a class in something new. So I feel like this whole paragraph here is a good look and something to consider when it comes to this article. Moving on. The AI revolution has already begun and job losses will accelerate. Just in April of this year, 800 job cuts were attributed to AI. You have a choice. You can worry, you can panic, or you can take steps to embrace the opportunities that will emerge from this shift. And I think this statement here is also great for just life in general. You have a choice. You can worry, you can panic, or you can take the steps, which is action, acting, movement, to embrace the opportunities, learn and grow from them, and emerge. Moving on. There's a lot we can't definitely predict about the future of work. But one thing is for sure, workers must adapt. Those who are committed to pivoting and evolving will continue to thrive. And I think, again, I'm going to shout out Pivot Technology. That's a good word to choose to use when it comes to technology and the workforce because we are at this point, we're pivoting. Again, there's a shift going on, and it's saying here that, the traditional sense of employment is not going to be the same. And so start wrapping your mind around getting new skills and connecting with new people. That can be a scary thing. So I'm already providing for you a free 35-minute webinar and 5-step checklist on how to build working relationships from scratch for your professional needs. Go to my website. Somewhere is streaming on this page. Check it out. There's also a free, I think it's a 1-hour webinar that I provide. Visit my site. It's called Getting Comfortable Stepping Outside of Your Comfort Zone. I believe it's called Getting Comfortable Stepping Outside of Your Comfort Zone. It's a 60-minute webinar that will teach you the why and the how, in so many words, of why it's important to step outside of your comfort zone so that you are able to, what's the words that I saw? You're able to emerge into new opportunities. You have to be able to step outside or be comfortable stepping outside your comfort zone. You might think that I was comfortable possibly doing this live. I may not have been comfortable. You don't know that. And more importantly, if I was uncomfortable and we saw the little glitch that happened a few minutes earlier, some of us can panic. Some of us can worry. But again, we don't have time for that. Time is not waiting for us, for one. And two, we have to be able to take advantage of the opportunities during the times they present themselves. And us second guessing ourselves and us being not aware of what to do, unfortunately, will not be essential excuses that will help you. Excuses to help you reach your opportunities. If that makes sense, we have to do it. We have to get the job done. And hopefully, this article and this conversation is one way for you to continue to put yourself in a better position financially and economically. And so again, I want to shout out Jason Wingard. Dr. Jason Wingard, forgive me, is a globally renowned scholar and executive with deep experience in both the private and public sectors, specializing in organizational talent strategy, the future of work and environment, sustainability, and governance. See if we can get Jason on, or I'll reach out to him, see if we can get Jason on to the podcast. And if you hadn't had opportunity, make sure you visit and follow my podcast, Insight into Insight, All Things Societal. So my podcast, Insight into Insight, All Things Societal, where I talk about insightful things into insightful things that you should be looking into. Business, government, and community relations. And I also bring on business, government, and community leaders to talk about things that are happening in a particular geographical area or things happening overall that we should be prepared for, aware of, and being able to maximize our opportunities. Thank you for following, liking, subscribing, sharing this information. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. If you want to talk about, want me to find something similar to this that you want me to talk about, or whatever you may have, put in the comments. And as of now, when you visit my site, there should be an area for you to leave your email so that I can make sure that I'm sending you the latest information, content, and updates based on my world so that you can stay in the loop. Thank you so much. And I'm wishing everyone a great rest of the day. And don't forget, if there's challenges, don't worry, don't panic, keep moving forward.